options on my thing. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I decided to go live today. It has been an interesting weekend. My name is Infamous Kiki. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. This topic is going to be a live and lit one. I just have to say, if like, share, comment, subscribe. And before I get started, I do have to say you may hear cars or people talking in the background or kids yelling because I'm actually about to go get my workout on and decided to do this video. So I decided to come here and park uh to talk with y'all a little bit. We have a little conversation, chill. And so that's what we're gonna do. I do videos when it affects my spirit, my heart. I watched the video, several videos, not several, but T.S. Madison, who, if you don't know who T.S. Madison she is, T.S. Madison is a transgendered lady. She's very well known in a lot of circles, and she has an Instagram. She's been on TV. She's at TV shows. But yeah, T.S. Madison had she does a YouTube show also, where she goes live and talks about viral topics, and she was talking about Downlow Man because she has experienced that, and her being a transgendered female, she has experienced it. And then she was watching a TikTok video where women were talking about, well, several TikTok videos where women were talking about being victims of Downlow Men. Also, there's a pastor in Austin, a really well-known pastor, a white guy that was found out that, and he has adopted like 5 children with this. His wife's a preacher, and he got found out that he had been text messaging inappropriate messages to young men. He also found out that he has a history of being with men. So this man had a whole wife and a kids. We've heard stories like that before, y'all. So I ain't gotta tell y'all what happened, but of course, he's involved in the church. So that came out like maybe a week ago, and I just watched that story because somebody did a YouTube video. He was a big pastor in Austin, Texas, and I'm in Texas. So that was shocking and fascinating. But again, it happens in all walks of life, baby. If you don't know what downlow is somebody who is, I would guess the normal term, or not normal, but the term that a lot of people know is a closeted gay man. So somebody who's in the closet, and somebody who may be having relationships with women, somebody who may be in a relationship with a woman, married to a woman, they may have kids with women, and they are going behind that woman's back and cheating a lot of times with men. And so they are really a closeted homosexual man. And the ones that I'm going to talk about are the ones, because there are men out there who are bisexual. That's a whole different conversation. There are men out there who dabble with men, who may be with women, may have had more relationships with women and more intimacy with women. But every once in a while, they want to dibble and dabble. They have a fever for a favor. They have a fever for a flavor of a Pringle, and they want to go. I'm not talking about people who dabble in relationships. Those are for another videos. I'm not talking about bisexual men. I'm not talking about men who dabble with men, who just want to dip their toe in a little bit. And there are women who do that too. There are straight women that have kids and been married, but they also have had affairs with women, just depending on what they're attracted to. So there are people who are fluid that way. I would have to, before I get started, I have to say this is definitely a grown people conversation. This is not a conversation for kids. This is not a conversation for teens. This is definitely a conversation for grown folks, because we're going to talk about some grown folks things regarding gender and sexuality. So if you are squeamish and don't want to hear about certain things, or you may offend your ears, or if you're too young to be listening, this is grown folks talk. So, because we're going to get into it, we're going to talk about it. So being a man who is closeted or on the down low has, of course, ruined people's lives and relationships and families. Me personally, I have to say, I've never dated a down low man, not that I've ever known of. I'm sure every woman has at least dated one, and they may have never known about it, or they may have found out about it. I don't know. Not that I've ever known of. And I tell you the reason why I feel that way. Not saying that I'm particularly special, but what I have done. So I have had friends that have dated men. I know someone who married a man that turned out that he was gay. I also had a friend that her father came out of the closet many years later. After he had already had her and her brother, he had come out and he actually ended up marrying a man because he was in the closet. In 2024, I have to say that if people would just live their truth, we wouldn't be going through this. But yes, in 2024, there are people still in the closet. There are people marrying women, they call them beards. When you're a gay man, you get with a woman to please your family or to please your community or maybe your job or your ministry or whatever it be, they call it a beard. When a woman who is lesbian who gets with a man because she's trying to hide her sexuality, that's called a ponytail. So I'm just putting the terms out here for y'all for the uninitiated, okay? Because these terms have been around for a long time, but some people are like, what? I had people the other day talking about what's a beard, what's a ponytail. I was like, oh child. um I also have to say, give some disclaimers. This video is not here to bash gay people. If you think I'm fixing to bash homosexuals, I'm not. I'm not homophobic. I love gay people. I'm an ally. And let me say about myself, I am very straight. I've never been with a woman. I've never had a desire to be with a woman. I've never touched a woman in any kind of way. I'm strictly dickly. I know I've always been with men and I'm attracted to men and I'm not bi. I'm not bi curious. I'm not gay adjacent. I've had plenty of women hit on me and I just, let me put that out there right now before y'all be like, what? Um, I have had experiences with men who were on the down low, but I knew their truth. Now, um, we're going to talk about all types of men because there are all types of men out there that are closeted. It's not just black men. It's not just white men. There's all races, all cultures. There are men in Asia, Africa, India who are gay. So let me just go ahead and dispel this rumor right now that somehow people think this is an American thing or this is a westernized thing or it has anything to do with the media. This is not this discussion. It has nothing to do with the times that we live in or the media or the fact that there's more gay people out there. Honey, there's been gay people since the dawn of time. There has been closeted men since the dawn of time. Reasons for them staying closeted pretty much go according to their disappointing their family and friends, their community, their job. Like I said, it's usually around those lines, or sometimes even themselves. There are people out there who are tortured gays still. In 2024, I would never think that people would be tortured to be gay, but there are men out there and women out there who don't want to be gay, who can't, who no matter what they try to do, they can pray the gay away, they can slay the gay away, they can go to these gay camps. Yes, they have Christian gay camps where it doesn't work. They can be celibate. There's gay people who have been told to be celibate in these Christian religions. If you don't know how I feel about these Christian religions, then you have to watch my other videos because I used to be in a high control religion that was very homophobic and anti-gay, like most of these biblical based Abrahamic faiths are. And I don't agree with that at all. So I agree with people just living their truth and let the chips fall where they're made. There are gay churches, but a lot of times when you're dealing with religion and family and everything like that, that's how you get into these entanglements with people not being who they are. So I would have to say, in my experience, the best way, ladies, and gentlemen, but I'm particularly talking about men who are on the down low. Women on the down low, that's another conversation. But I'm particularly talking about, women are like, there are some women out there that have run into multiple men that they've dated. They're like, why is every guy I know on the down low? Da, 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 da. And I'm not trying to blame the victims. Let me just say that. Because nobody should be up here lying. Nobody should be having kids with people and lying and having fake relationships and laying. To me, being on a down low is just as bad as cheating. To me, cheating is cheating. If you are laying up with a woman or laying up with a man and you're not with your wife or your girlfriend, you're a cheater, period. You're still a liar. You're still a cheat. And you shouldn't be doing that. So regardless of whether it's gay or straight or whoever, you shouldn't be cheating. So I had to say that. Period. You shouldn't be lying. If you want to be with somebody else, go be with somebody else. But if your sexuality is not firm and you're confused, then you need to get with your own self, whether you want to go to therapy, however you want to handle it, you want to be out here and let your freak flag fly, Let it fly, daddy, let it fly. But the idea of getting in relationships with people when you're sexually confused, I don't agree with, and I think it's bad. So there are men out there. The number one, why men go on down low: family expectation in church. Number two, second reason why men are out here down low, because they are sexually confused. They society is telling them one thing, they little member down here is telling them something else, and their mind is telling them something else. And so some people are just confused that way. They haven't worked out in their mind what they're fighting a lot of times with their own identity. And if you are doing that, you need to go figure it out and not drag other people to that. The third reason I think why people are on the down low is because a lot of times, sometimes they may not be gay. Um, a lot of times, sometimes men are on the down low because they don't feel comfortable enough telling their partner their sexual needs. And I say this, that's not the majority. The majority is just people on the down low because they're scared to disappoint their family and their religion. And but the other part of the reason that don't get talked about a lot is that a lot of people have certain sexual kinks. And again, I have to say, let me say, I was in the kink community. I've had friends who were swingers. You can watch my video where I talk about me hanging out with swingers and in the kink community. Once you join the kink community, ladies, I'm talking to most of the ladies out here. Sorry, I inhaled something. Oh, sorry. Once you're around in the kink community, you will see things and know things about people that seem very normal. Like being in a kink community, it's all types of people in the kink community. It's black people, white people, it's all races, all socioeconomics, all educations in the kink community. And so I have to tell people that once you start dipping your toe in it, you can even go online. Don't use your work computer, but not safe for work. But go online and there's Reddit groups and chat groups with all different kinds of kink. And you'll see people in there saying all different types of things. And you will learn all about my initiation into expanding my mind about sexuality was being in part of the kink community. Because there are men out there who will tell you that they're straight, but they like getting their D-s'd by men. I've known men like this. I've talked to men like this who are like, no, man, I'm not gay. But they enjoy getting oral from a man. But they identify as straight. And they go home to their wife and they'll go home to you like it ain't nothing. Now, some of y'all may not be down for that and be like, oh my God, what? But it happens a lot. And once you get in the kink community, you're like, all these people, can't all these people be kinky? Behind closed door, there's a lot of kinky, freaky people, and it is levels to this shit, okay? So I would say that getting in the kink community has really opened my eyes to what's really happening when it comes to gender and sexuality. And gender and sexuality is two different things. There are men out there who like to dress as women and be with women. Like, y'all, society has tried to dumb down sexuality. Society has tried to make it either all or. You're either gay, you're straight, or you're bi. Like you got to do all three. There are some people, a lot of people who don't fit neatly into these categories that society wants you to be a part of. So don't think that everybody fits in this category. Don't think that the man that you with, because he enjoys certain type of sexual acts, that he's gay. I've dated men who enjoy a woman stimulating their rectum, and they're not gay. They're not into men. That's just what they like. There's a whole level of pleasure and orgasm stimulating a man's prostate. Like I said, we're going to get into it today. I mean, that's just, there's a whole level to this. There's a thing called milking the prostate. Go look it up for the uninitiated. Go look it up. Go look it up. It's a thing. And you don't have to be gay. And people are like, oh my God. So there's levels to this when it comes to sexuality. So the reason why a lot of these men out here are lying to y'all is because they're liars and they're cheaters and deceivers, yes. But then the other part about it is that as women, and especially as black women. I'm talking to all women, but I can say as a black woman, because I'm black, I'm a woman, that black women, we are stereotypically hypersexualized, like in media. Like, when I say that, I mean like Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, twerking, and black women are known as, as been, as sex objects and stuff like that. But in reality, black women, when it comes to sex, are some of the most repressed women that I know of. Like, I talk about things very freely and honestly, and the white women are like, all right, cool. The Hispanic women are like, oh, but then the black women are like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, we grown. We talking about grown women. We ain't talking about like, teenagers, 20-year-olds. We talking about grown women who have never explored their own bodies, much less somebody else's sexuality. So I think, for when you talk about black women, you talk about brothers being on the down low. Part of the problem is that as black women, we are not taught to embrace our sexuality like white women are. And like I said, I'm not trying to generalize, but this is just my anecdotal observations, and other people have noted this too. So despite all the twerking and the boobs out, and the nudity that you see these singers or entertainers or strippers or on movies and TVs about black women, we are rarely the femme fatale. I mean, when I mean femme fatale, like, we're rarely sexually aggressive, um, or sexually enlightened. I'm consider myself a very sexually enlightened person. I don't have any qualms talking about sex, having conversations about sex. We don't want to marry. We don't. Who don't want to marry hoes? Who don't want to marry hoes? You marry a woman. If you choose to marry a woman. First of all, we're not talking about marrying women. We're talking about men on the down low. We're not talking about marriage or anything like that. Being a sexually aware person don't mean you out fucking. Let me clear that up to you right now. It doesn't mean you out fucking. You don't have to be promiscuous to be a sexually aware person. You don't have to be in the kink community to be a sexually aware person. When I say sexually aware, I mean asking people questions. What gets women fucked up is that they get with these men who are on the down low, and before you even start, you're getting to know the dude. You need to ask questions. So I tell women, ask questions. Ask a man, when did you lose your virginity? Who to? How old were you? That gives you an insight, and see if he really is going to tell you the truth, or maybe he stutters, or maybe something's going on. I've had men tell me things that they have not told their wives, their girlfriends, their family members. I've had male friends who have been abused as kids by other men, and they felt comfortable enough with me. Oh, I love Bunny. I would like some black and sparkly glasses. Hold on. Yes, I didn't see those. I just saw the blue ones. But like I was saying, but thank you. I appreciate it. You have to ask questions, ladies. You can't live in this. I don't want to know. And I see so many black women, and I'm like, you didn't ask him whether he had no sexual experiences with men? They didn't ask. Well, no, girl, I didn't ask. Why? Why? Well, you didn't ask him what his sexual experience were? If he starts hemming and hawing and what? Then you start asking a person what kind of things that they like sexually. What kind of things are you into? And come at it with a spirit of openness. If you come up with a spirit like, I don't know about that, that's nasty. I don't know about all that. I don't like this. Don't do that. Just come out with a spirit of openness. So what do you like sexually? I know women of all races who don't ask these, who get with these men, and they leave it up to the men to be the one getting gratified. If you are having a relationship with somebody, sex should be discussed. It should be on the table. It should be things that you know about a person, like, period, before you hop into bed with them. Especially for men being incarcerated. I've dated plenty of men incarcerated, and I promise you, they may not want to tell you in the beginning, but just be honest and come with a spirit of openness and a spirit of honesty. So what happened to you when you were in prison? Have you ever been with a man? Have a man ever sucked your dick? Like, these are questions that people are like, oh my God, I can't ask that. I've had black women say that. I'm like, why not? Would you rather know now? Well, I don't know. Look, if you ask a man this question, he's offended by that question. I'm like, why are you offended? If no, oh no, of course not. Ain't no man ever did that to me. But I've had men react like, what are you talking about? Da, 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 da. Them men have been some of the most on the DL men, the one who protests too much, who are like, I ain't gay. I ain't gay. Really? Well, I ain't nobody said you were gay. I'm just asking whether you had an experience with a man or not. What the fuck you talking about? I ain't gay. Huh? Huh? Really? Oh, okay. Keep your head on a swivel, ladies. Keep your head on a swivel. When mofos start protesting too much about them not being gay and I'm not gay. Nobody said you was gay. Why are you getting defensive? Like, is this something I need to know about? But if you get comfortable with a person and they see in how you move that you're a more sexually open person. Like I said, it ain't nothing to do with being promiscuous. If you can't talk about sex and you grown, I don't know what to tell you. Because I talk about it. I'm not gonna get with nobody that I'm not gonna be pleased sexually. I was married. I don't be in relationships like that because I need to know what you like and what I like. But a lot of times with women, we give over our whole entire sexuality to a man. We just hand it over. It's about their pleasure. It's about what they want. It's about what they don't like. It's about what they do like. It is nothing. I know grown ass women who've never even had an orgasm before, y'all. Orgasm, what's that? They have never gotten off in their life. They just lay there and that's all they do. I don't do that. I need to be pleased. Like, okay, I tell you what I want, what I don't want, what I like, what I don't like. Because again, my body is my body. I can explore my body without having a partner. And a lot of black women don't even explore their own body, don't even explore their own sexuality. And men prey on that. Down low men prey on that. They pick y'all kind of women who are pleasers and who don't like. I know a woman that her husband was down low, like I was telling you, and he's married to a man right now. And I was like, how often did y'all even have sex? Oh, like once every 6 months. Sis, once every 6 months? What? What? So you were married to somebody for 10 years and y'all were having sex once every six, and you wonder why because normal men don't want to have sex once every 6 months. If y'all look at my Ashley Madison video about Ashley Madison, the website where, hello GSP, how are you? If y'all watch my Ashley Madison video where I talked about how men go to this website and cheat, I'm a researcher. I'm gonna fall off in the Reddit groups. I'll be like, hey, what y'all doing? What we talking about in here? I'm gonna go to Ashley Madison, where men are actively looking for mistresses, where your man is looking for mistresses. He gonna get it somewhere, right, GSP? He gonna get his dick sucked somewhere. If you ain't gonna do it, because I got some women that are like, I don't do that. I don't like it up the booty, and I don't do dick. Okay, girl, he gonna get it from somewhere. Where you think he finna? Where you think they finna get it from? They finna get it from somewhere. They finna get it from a man, or they finna get it from another woman. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not blaming the victim. But these questions need to be asked. Ask a man, how often do you like to have sex? If he's like, man, I gotta have it all the time, and then he get with you and y'all barely have it, either he's not attracted to you or he's cheating on you, or he wanna be with a man. Again, all these women who are like, oh my God, he's really down low. I'm just like, did you really not know, or did you just didn't want to know? Did he spend a lot of time looking at men? Some of y'all are not on y'all man's computer looking to see what one an hour is a balanced amount. I'm like, and then I think some of y'all not on their computers and looking to see what they looking at. What kind of pornography is he looking at? What kind of adult content is he looking at? Is it involving men? Because I didn't know some women that didn't. Well, he was looking at threesomes with a woman and 6 men. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I'm not saying you gay, but okay. I mean, that's a whole thing. Like, we all like to look at, some group. Well, not we all, but that's a normal thing. But I'm just like, is he looking at it for the men or he looking at it for the woman? He might be looking at the ding-a-ling. But you won't know until you ask. All aboard. It's choo choo. Come on, ride that train. I mean, I look at that type of adult stuff, but I'm a woman though. I'm not trying to look at 15 women and one man. Like, I'm not interested in that. Like I said, this is gonna be a frank discussion. Because again, sexuality, black women, I don't know what's happening. I just I sit there and be like, y'all not asking these men no questions. Ask these men, don't be scared. And then if you scared, I have so many women that are scared to ask basic questions. Oh my God, what if I scare them off? What if I come across too aggressive? Who gives a shit? You have to protect yourself first instead of sitting here pretending to be something that you're not when you're first dating somebody. Oh, I can't say this. I can't come out too aggressive, and I can't, because he might get offended and get scared off. So what? He probably don't like you that much anyway. If you're asking questions about a person, about their past relationships, I have people that's scared to ask questions about their past relationship. Oh, I was divorced. I've been divorced 3 years. I've been married. I asked a guy, so why did y'all get a divorce? Well, I don't like to really talk about it. What do you mean you like to talk about it? Are you not over it? Is that the reason why? Because I don't want to be with somebody who's not over their divorce. I can talk about my ex relationships because I'm over it. I can talk about what happened, what didn't happen. I don't have a problem with that. If you're dealing with somebody that don't want to talk about their past relationships and don't want to talk about what happened in their relationship, it's too painful. Well, you know what? You need to get your ass off my phone and go get therapy. If somebody don't want to talk about what kind of things they like sexually, just the normal things. What's the normal things? No, I don't know. Explain it to me and tell them. I'm not going to get offended. I'm not going to get shocked. And like I said, with me, ain't never had no download brother ever in my life, because they tell Miss Kiki things. I know things about y'all husbands and y'all boyfriends that y'all don't even know. I have seen things and experienced things that people's mamas don't even know about them, because they feel comfortable with me. I get in these chat rooms, in these Reddit groups, in these WhatsApp groups, in these Kink groups. And baby, there are plenty of them about sex. Go dip your toe in these groups and just sit there and just listen and read the conversations what these men are talking about. Just read. You can learn a lot by reading. I'm into this. I'm into that. My wife don't know about this. My wife don't know about that. I'm like, really? You will learn about the things that men are into. And it will shock you. Some of it will disturb you. Some of it will shock you. And some of it will have you peeping game. So I peep game. So I let a man know and be comfortable. Let your freak flag fly. A dude may tell me, oh, I'm a freak. I said, well, guess what? I'm a freak too. What kind of freaky shit you done? I've done. Oh, really? Oh, a girl who's a freak. Yeah. What kind of freaky shit you done? Oh, I done this and this and this and this. You make the decisions, ladies, whether you want to fuck with that man or not. You make that decision. Don't have him make the decision for you. You let that man know it's okay. Baby, tell me, how much of a freak are you? And then sometimes you hint about it. You're like, I heard some men really like pegging. Have you heard about that before? Oh, you know about that? Oh, yeah, I know about pegging. Oh, I know about that. Oh, I know some men that are really, really into anal play. I dated a man like that. Are you into that? That's how you get them. Then they get comfortable. Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, really? Then it eventually time goes on. Well, you know what? I really been with a man one time. You decide whether you want to deal with that man or not. Don't let these men be down low on you. Ask questions. Open yourself up. Open yourself up. Even if you got to lie about what you haven't done or haven't did. And then on top of that, you can't speak the jargon if you don't know what's going on. So go look things up. Go look things up. There are people who are like, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? I'm like, how old are you? No. What's this? What's that? I'm like, Don't you know? I ask women all the time, don't y'all know about this? No, I don't know. I'm like, I didn't know either. I had to go find this stuff out on my own. Like I said, I got the privilege of being in kink communities. So I was initiated at an early age in BDSM and all this kind and what people are into. Honey, I have been with bankers, lawyers, business men, rich men in the NFL, NBA. It's all types out there doing all kinds of things. And I just see women, wives, who just sit there and be like, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. GSP says she all vanilla, baby. Ain't nothing vanilla about me. And some men are intimidated by that. I do have to say that some men are intimidated, even though men pretend that they're not. And they're like, oh, I want this freaky girl. I've had plenty of dudes talking about, uh, I want a woman like this who wants it all the time, who's a nympho. Oh, really? Okay. I got you. I got you. And then they turn out they don't want that because men want sex on their terms. They want it whenever they want it and whenever they need it. And they want you to be back and call for it. Not all men, but that's kind of how it goes. But if you get a woman who are like, okay, what you doing right now? Like, I need, let's go. Well, I'm tired. What do you mean tired? Are you tired? Motherfucker, what? What? What you mean you tired? Well, baby, I've been working all day. Okay, well, we can get in a quickie real quick. They don't want a woman like that. Who's kind of like, okay, come on. Chop, 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 chop. Let's go. Men don't want a woman like that. Some men say that they do, but they really don't. They want to be able to pick and choose whenever and scratch their itch with you. So I tell women, don't give your power and your sexuality to a man. GSP says, I'm like a camel. I can go years. I can't. That's one reason why I stayed in my relationship. And I went on a date last night, y'all. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I went on a date last night with the ex. We went on a date. I had fun last night, y'all. I did. I went on a date with my ex last night and we had fun. Lots of fun. Anyway, yeah, date. Girl, date. Like we went out to eat. Yes. Yeah, with the ex. We went on a date and we had fun and we went on a date. We went out to eat and we had some drinks and we had fun. That's all I'm saying. That's all I can divulge right now. I'm trying to keep it PG-13 at least. Bobby said without me, Bobby, my ex bought me flowers for Valentine's Day, y'all. And you know, he took me out. He was like, let's go out. I was like, okay, let's go out. And we had fun. Like we always fall back into, I'll fall back. But me and my ex were talking about the download thing because he has been in prison. And he told me, like he told me, Kiki, you're the most freest woman I've ever been with. He's dated black women. My ex has dated mostly black women. And he's like, out of all the black women I know, he's like, you're definitely unique because you're very free with how you talk about sex and you're very free of how you move and operate. And that's one of the reasons why he liked me. He's like, that's one of the reasons why I've always liked you, because he's like, I can actually be myself and try things when other women are like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. And he's not on the DL, but he was saying that, he'd been in prison and he's seen all types of things in prison and all types of friends that he had that were in prison that were doing all types of things with men. Like we were talking about, what's his face from, Love After Lockup. What's his name? With Downlow. I'm gonna call him Downlow. And same thing with Chance too. Chance talking about he not gay. He said he just fell in some a little bit. And we're talking about Love After Lockup with Quaylen and Chance about how, the Quaylen is mad and upset, about all that, And so, but yeah, Bobby. Hello, sir. But yeah, me and my ex went out. We had a good time. But we had a long conversation about this because I told him, I said, I'm gonna do a video about people being on the down low, and he was like, tell it, because he was like, a lot of these women, they don't want to know. A lot of these women, he went silent. Or he did went silent. Or he went ghost, huh? Yeah, because people should be free to be whoever and whatever they are. And if you want to dip in a little bit of the peanut butter, and sometimes you want to dip in a little bit of the jelly, then you should be able to to put them together if you want to. Then you should be free to be able to do that. But again, for women out there who are trusting these men, you have to learn to get a grasp on sexuality. You have to educate yourself, and then you have to ask questions. So I tell women to avoid download men, ask questions. Don't be scared to be like, and I tell you, there are men, I'm finna talk about something real serious, and I'm trying to place my words carefully. I have male friends and family members that have lost their V card at an early age. Two women that became overly hypersexual. And when they become hypersexual at an early age, y'all, I mean, these were grown women, okay? And they were like in their early teens. So for sure, a crime. And I told them, don't you, and I have a friend who's a sex addict. And I was like, don't you see the correlation between what happened to you at that age by this 30-year-old woman who turned you out, right? And it's sad, and it's not a kiki or a call. I got a 14-year-old son. I'd be damned if some 20-something-year-old woman. No, I'd lay that bitch out. You hear me? That is not a kiki and a call. Because again, I know 3 guys. All 3 of them have some kind of sexual dysfunction because of it. And they didn't correlate. They didn't put 2 to 2 together. But I'm like, don't you think that caused you to be hypersexual? Like at an early age? And you're not mature enough to handle sexuality at that age. I'm talking about 11, 12, 13, 14. That's too young for you to be having sexual experiences, okay? It's crime. But because they were boys, it wasn't, sometimes it's snickered and kikied about. But baby, you snickering and you kikiing about the boys and the older women, or sometimes older men, and y'all kikiing and y'all snickering about it. These boys grow up to be hypersexual. They have sex with all kinds of women. They cheat on all kinds of women. They have babies with all kinds of women. And then when they get enough of the women, who they going to? They going to the men. Because they want to experience that too, because they're hypersexual. They sex addicts. And once you get off of doing, you done did enough women, you done did that. Then you want to go do a man. And I know several people who, the reason why they dip in the men is for the experience, for the feeling of it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they really want to be with these men in a relationship. It's strictly transactional, strictly trade, strictly transactional. They don't love these men. They love the women that they're with, but it's the experience. It's something new. So these people are all into all kinds of kinky things and freaky things, and they got to hide it from their wives, and they out here getting blindfolded and getting their ass whooped and licking the chick's boots and calling her mistress. This is the shit I'm talking about. These motherfuckers wearing a diaper. I'm telling you, I've met all types. And I have a dude that's really into the kinky shit, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he was exposed a lot early. And it just kept going, like you know, the adult movies and the pornography, and it's a lot, and it's too much for one woman to really deal with. So he got to have multiple women, and he got to have threesomes, and he got to, you know, and then he got to go fuck his best friend who's a dude. You know, it's a lot. And I told him, I said, you need to get some help because you are overly stimulated, and not in a good way, you know, and. It's not good. And like I said, I get tired of people kikiing about it. Oh, well, he was 14 and she was 25. Ooh. And I'm like, that's not nothing good. A 14-year-old is not mentally equipped to deal with whether you're a boy or a girl. Like whether it's heterosexual or homosexual. You're not of the age to deal with your own body and your own sexuality, much less some older person coming on to you and taking your virginity. And I'm tired of people kikiing because y'all kiki and caw over it, and these men end up wanting to go out here and fuck other men because they get tired of women. They need something new. GSP said in the 90s it was cool to date an older dude. That's how I was in my age too. I dated 25-year-olds when I was 14. I just didn't know it was weird. Yeah, so did I. People thought that shit was cute. You know, people think that shit was cute. And it's not. It's not. People still think it's cute. That's still a problem in the black community, and really every community. But they talk about a lot about these grown men preying on these young girls, looking at these young girls some type of way, and they 20 something, they 30s, looking at 15, 16-year-old girls. Because of course, as black women, we can't just be girls. They don't see us as innocent. Shit, we hit 10, 11 years old, and people start looking at us like we're grown women. We're not. I have a 10-year-old daughter. She's not a grown woman. She's 10. She's tall. She's built like an older girl. She's not. She's a 10-year-old. She's an innocent 10-year-old who still collects horses and, plays with Barbies. And she's a 10-year-old. But I've had people try to think she's 13, and I'm like, she's 10. When I was in high school, I did have a friend that got pregnant. They had a whole pregnancy group when I was in school. That's how bad it was back in the 90s. Yes. We had a pregnancy class. Like there was a group of girls, about 8 or 9 of them, that would be in their own class, and they took them out of the regular classes so they could have class to themselves. But yeah, like hypersexuality is nothing to sneeze at, to snicker at, to kiki and caw over. It's not cute. Being incarcerated and having the experiences that you've had as a person, especially if you're in long stints of incarceration, there's a chance, I think statistics say there's a 65% chance you're gonna get assaulted in prison if you're a man. That there's the longer you stay in there, there's the higher chance that you're probably going to end up having a sexual relationship or some type of sexual experience with a man. So that's the word of the wise when you're dealing with these men who are out of prison, ladies. That's another issue. A lot of y'all dealing with men who've been locked up, who've been in prison before for years. And even though they were locked up 10, 20, 30 years ago, my ex was locked up. This was about 16, 17 years ago, but he wasn't in jail for very long. He was in jail for about 3.5 years. And he claims that nothing happened, that he stuck to himself and nothing happened between him and a man. He's convinced me that he would tell me the truth. And I'm convinced that he would tell me because, I would not judge him in any type of way. And I would not put his business out there. Well, Sean was 28 and Kelly was, yeah, exactly. Sean and Kelly. Yeah. Yeah, and he's on TV. And I'm like, I don't even know how he got on TV. First of all, Sean is lame as fuck. Second of all, his storyline with Sarah, they don't need to be on another season. And yes, he was 28 and Kelly was 16. And I don't understand how our parents, there's no way in hell I would let my 16-year-old boy or girl date somebody in their 20s. There's just, and like I said, I know there's some communities out there and some places that's acceptable, and it's not. GSP said, I got essayed several times working in prison. That's why I immediately retired. I'm medically retired. Oh, girl, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that is nothing to sneeze at when you're in prison. And these men come out of prison, wanting to be with a man again. So they may have convinced themselves that they don't want to be with a man. But then they come out, and the longer that they're out, they may oh, I want to be with a man. Yeah, and Sean who don't pay child support and got 6 kids. And for Sean wanting to be with a 16-year-old, that makes me give him the side eye of what happened to him when he was younger. So what happened to him when he was younger? Was he turned out when he was 15, 16-year-old by an older woman? Because sometimes that happens. So I tell people all the time, again, to recap people, to keep you from becoming a victim of a down low man, you have to ask questions. Ask questions about when they lost their virginity, who they lost their virginity to, how long ago was it? You got to ask about their previous relationships. What happened in your previous relationship? Why did y'all break up? And don't be scared to ask these questions pretty early on. Because if you're a type person that I don't want to be with no man that's been with another man, then you have to ask these questions and move on and be able to walk away and move on. Don't wait till you emotionally invested in these men and y'all already dating and you're in a relationship and you love him and he loves you. Don't wait till that. Ask the questions early on. When y'all are getting to know each other, before you even get into bed with that man. First of all, don't rush into bed with nobody. Well, because you don't know what kind of disease you don't know where this man's been. So before you even rush into the bedroom with a man, it needs to be discussed. What type of sex you like, what kind of sex he likes, and what their sexual history is. I don't need you to break down every partner you have, but how many partners do you think you've had? And come at it with an attitude of openness so people will get comfortable with you. to tell you things. And don't ew and oh, that's disgusting. I don't like this. Ask questions. And ask questions. Have you ever heard of pegging? Are you into ass play? Have you ever been with a man? Have you thought about being with a man? Has a man ever gave you oral? Like, these are questions that you need to ask. And watch his reaction. And again, the people who get really offended, like, man, I ain't gay, and they all get all loud talking. Be aware of them people, ladies. I say it again. Be aware of the ones who are overly homophobic, who are overly, I'm very masculine, and I would never do that, and I don't really like that, and I don't. Why are you asking me these questions? And why are you asking me this? I'm asking you this because before I step into bed with you, I want to know what I'm getting into. What kind of things do you like sexually? Those should be questions that he should be asking you, and you should be asking him, ladies. You are not here for the sexual gratification of a man. Y'all both should be mutually satisfied when it comes to having a sexual relationship. Mutually satisfied. I have to emphasize this to women. To the people in the back can get the church to say amen. Mutual satisfied. Because again, as women, for some reason, we are just there to open our legs and open our mouths and just lay here like that. That's what a lot of women think we're here for. And I'm just doing it because I want to please him. Sis, well, I've heard this over. I'm in a mom group with married women. And I've heard this over and over again. I don't like sex. I don't want to have sex with him. I'm just lay there. I just do it because he wants to do it. What? I like sex because I like sex. I'm not just going to lay there with my mouth open. I want to be pleased and satisfied as well. I can't be in a relationship with somebody that's not satisfying me sexually. I can't do it. Like, I can't fake it. I don't want to be. I would cheat. I will cheat. Repeat. I will cheat. You will not get a faithful Kiki. I'll be out fucking somebody else. I'm just going to put it out there. Your girl will be out doing somebody else. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to keep it real. Because I can't be in a relationship where I'm not sexual. I was married 8 years and we had sex every day, every other day. I wasn't having sex once every 6 months. I don't know how y'all do it. And then y'all wonder why y'all men out here cheating. I don't know. I don't know. Well, we have sex once every 6 months. What? I know somebody talking about they had sex with their husband once a year. I almost had a heart attack. I was like, I almost flatlined. I couldn't even imagine even being single during it once. Even if I'm single, I'm finna find somebody. Somebody finna knock the dust off it. I'm not built that way. I am very, and like I said, I think the one reason I'm built that way is because I'm in touch with my body. I'm in touch with what I like. I'm in touch with what I don't like. And I feel like a happy sex life is part of a happy relationship. Bobby said he'd been in a long-term relationship and never cheated and no children, all by design. Go ahead then, Bobby. High five, brother. Go ahead. That's a real man right there. I've cheated lots of times. I'm not gonna lie. I cheated. I've cheated. I ain't cheated on my husband, but other dudes I have cheated on. For various reasons. Not because of, sometimes it was because they weren't good in the bedroom. And then, like I said, me to get with somebody and dating them, I have to know what they like. When I met my ex, he was not the person in the bedroom now that he was back then. Like, he had to learn. And some people want to learn. Some people have an openness. They're like, I don't have a lot of sexual experience, but Kiki, I'm willing to learn. Teach me your ways. And I taught him my ways. And there ain't no turning back. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of him because he know that ain't no women really laying it down like me. But anyway, we won't go into that. I'm just going to be honest because, I live in Texas, so I live in a very conservative state. Okay, with a lot of, and then black women are particular are very churchy, and a lot of them are conservative because they're taught that, women don't really talk about sex and we don't grasp our sexuality, and they don't even touch themselves. They don't even own any kind of sex toys. I know women that have never touched themselves, that have never masturbated. They have never used sex toys. I'm like, what? Bitch, I got like 10 in my closet. What are you talking about? Like, It's a great stress reliever. It's a great way to get in tune with yourself and your sexuality, to know what you like, and to self-pleasure. Self-pleasure is a pleasing thing. And self-pleasure will teach you, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. And having an open attitude regarding exploring with your partner. Like I said, it had nothing to do with you being a hoe or being promiscuous. Nothing to do with that. I was married for 8 years, and we explored. It was like Dora the Explorer up in this bitch. Dora the Explorer, or like it wasn't like we just gonna sit here and just do that. No, I had a partner, I had a husband who was like, okay, I don't know a lot. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna go on an adventure. We may go to a dungeon. You don't know. Let's go to a sex dungeon. Sure, never been there. Right. So I tell everybody, go to your local sex dungeon right now. Like, drop everything. Go to your local sex club. Every city has them. Go to your local adult store. Every city has them. People are like, oh, I've never been to an adult bookstore. Go. You never been to a sex club? Take your man. Go. Get some drinks. Go. It'll open your mind. You might see your boss there. I went to this one sex club, and I saw one of my bosses, like my higher ups, like my CFO was a long time ago in the old company I worked for. He was there, and I was just like, let explore. If you go there and you look around and you like, this not my thing, then walk out and leave. Leave. You can leave at any time. Go to an adult video store. New Fine Arts, Sarah's Secret. Go. Me and my ex used to go all the time. Go in there and see what kind of handcuffs they got. Go and get you some handcuffs, girl. Go and see what you like. And then, like I said, I promise you, if he is on the down low, he gonna come out then. He gonna be like, ooh. He gonna look at them pictures them have. They had like they have like little thongs and all kinds of clothes you can wear. And some of them packages got them half naked men in there with a big old package. And if he looking like this at that package, you like, what you looking at? Then nothing. I'll just hey. Men will tell on themselves. Women, we're much more secretive. But men talk. Men tell on themselves all the time. They'll tell you what kind of woman they like, or what type of men they like if you pay attention, you listen long enough. And if they like adult entertainment. Ladies, I know some women just freak out because of that. I don't want them looking at other women naked, and other women having sex. I'm like, what? Why don't you watch it with him? Tell your man today. Wait, what? So what kind of adult stuff you like to watch? Really? Yeah, really. Let's watch it together. Okay, let me show you what I like to watch. Be offended if you want to, but you need to get over that. You need to get over that. Yes, the boss was there. Yeah, my CFO was there. It was like an eyes wide shut kind of thing. And he was there and he had a mask on, but I knew who he was. And I was just sitting there like, let me go over here. Because it would have been, he yelled hello and waited for that. You just have to, if you see your boss or your friend, or, you like, I know that person, just run. Just sometimes you got to run the hell up out of there. Just be like, just run. But I just tell people that, like, you won't be a victim to downloadness if you just keep it very open, keep your eyes open, your ears open. And then, like I said, try not to show that you're going to be offended or disgusted. And you may be. But then you can choose wisely early on in a relationship. You choose whether you want to be with this person. Because I guarantee that pastor in Austin who him and his wife adopted children, and it turned out that he been texting men for years. He been having sex with men in the church. I promise you, his wife gave him some kind of indication that he was into men. I don't believe that any man who is into men don't give somebody a hint somewhere. Because men are not, I'm sorry, fellas, I don't mean to offend y'all, but y'all are not that clever. That somehow he gonna let it slip. He ain't seen some man out jogging somewhere with no shirt on, and he was like, just not blinking, and you like, but then, like I said, with women, we have an attitude that we don't want to know. Like, I know some women that they scared of their own shadow when it comes to sex. They don't want to know. They don't want to ask the questions because, like, really, do these wives, So if you've been a victim of a down low, man, did you really want to know? Sometimes these men, they get exposed and they get caught, and then it comes out and they have to get a divorce. But a lot of times, some of these women, they do know. Some of these women know that they man on the DL, child. Some of these women know. They know the man that they married. They know what they gotten into. Some of them got a dude on the side or a chick on the side. But some of these women know. Some of these women, they know. But they want to live the lifestyle. Like, I know people who down low husbands have been successful, or like you said, in the church, it happens a lot. They're a successful pastor, preacher, podcaster, book writer. They're all of this stuff. And they know what they man like, but then they want to hide it. They don't want to know. They just stay with it. And so, Bobby said, ain't no guy or no girl put nothing around my butt. Uh, and that's your choice, Bobby. That's your choice. But there are some men who are into it who are very straight. Very straight. I've dated some who are into that, and they're straight. But it happens. But they straight, but they just like it because, I talked about milking the prostate and what that is and how that is the ultimate orgasm for a man to milk the prostate. And you don't have to be gay to want somebody to press on your prostate. There's guys who've gotten prostate exams with their doctors, where the doctor, shoves the fingers up the butt and they've accidentally orgasmed. It has happened. I mean, you hear about it, but it has happened. I mean, because your body is your body. Just like we have a G spot. Like women, we have a G spot, ladies. And so it happens. Like you may go to the gynecologist and like, oops, it's happened to me. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Share time. It has happened to me because your body involuntarily will do things when stimulated. Like you sometimes you can't control it. You're like, oh my God, what is happening? You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this a pelvic exam? Your body involuntarily does things. And then that you can't control sometimes. So it happens. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Everybody who's in here, make sure you thumbs it up, please. But yeah, Bobby says he's never been to jail or arrested either. Thank goodness. Because strange things happen in jail. So like I said, y'all want to mess around with incarcerated men, have at it. But there's always a risk. The longer that they're in jail, the more chance that they're going to have a sexual encounter with a man. And then if y'all want to go date these men and just trust them and take their word for it that they're straight, then you will become a victim. And then think about it, there's another thing I have to say. These men know who to pick, y'all. They know y'all. They see, I didn't have bisexual guys like, oh, I know which ones to prey on. They know which ones to use as a beard. They know which ones. The ones that are kind of demure and the ones that kind of like, that are not experienced sexually, they know which ones they ought to pick. Because them are the ones that they ain't going to want to do it a lot. They want a woman that ain't going to demand a lot of, sex. They like that. They like the women who are just, oh, baby, whatever, and just let them do whatever. It'll go months and they'll be living with the chick. And it'll be months and they ain't did nothing. They ain't even touched the chick. They lay in the bed, good night, honey, good night, kiss them on the cheek. Oh, honey, I love you. And get out and roll over and go to sleep. And then be texting their boyfriend. They know which women to pick. Because y'all let these men get away with it. Instead of being like, it's been a while since we even did anything. Why not? That's because since he's not interested in you. And like I said, they do know which ones to pick. Or the ones that desperately want to be married. There's the ones that, and they'll marry you. They'll be like, oh, girl, I love you, girl. Oh, my God, girl, I love you so much. Let's get married. Because they know the ones that are desperate to get married. And they won't ask no questions. They just happy to have a man. Oh, my God, girl, we going to get married. We's married now. We's married now. Yeah, them kind of women. Who are just happy to have somebody. Who he's God-fearing and he loves the Lord and he sings in the choir. And he dresses real nice and smells real nice too, girl. And he don't like to have sex a lot. Oh my God, I can't believe how lucky I got. I'll be like, what? Girl, yeah, I can't believe how lucky I am. Huh, okay. And then they get married. They're like, oh, he wants to get married real quickly. We've only been dating for 6 months and he wants to get, yeah, he's trying to hurry up and get married. So he's like, let me just get this over with and marry this chick, have a few babies or not, and just to shut my family up. And then I can still keep dating Tyrone. And then tell Tyrone, well, I got to get married. You know, my ministry is important. And they do love the Lord. Some of them, I'm not saying that they're not religious and don't love the Lord. They do. They do love the Lord. And so I'm not saying these men aren't religious, but they just struggle with their sexuality. So some of them are using the church for a hustle. And they use the church as a beard too, y'all. The church is a beard. The church is, these churches, no matter what denomination it is, no matter what race you are full of gay men, full of bisexual gay men. And like I said, a lot of them do love the ministry and they do love religion, but they're stuck in a situation where they can't be who they are and be religious. But there are churches out there that are gay churches that'll let them, but they don't want to leave their church. They've been with the same church since they was a kid or their family. It's a whole lineage thing, and for somebody whose family is in the church, these churches heavily, I've seen it. I have people in my own family that are struggling with this. They're gay. Hi, I like your glasses. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button, Jonathan. Hi, how are you? And I just feel bad. Like I said, I'm not here to bash nobody about being a homosexual because I love gay people. I'm a straight ally. Absolutely. But people just need to learn to be truthful. But until that happens, and until people are going to lie, people are going to cheat, whether it be a male or female, until people are out there being more honest in 2024, you would think, but no, you can't trust anybody. wait a minute, hold on, Bob. Bobby said 26 years with my wife and never rejected at least 3 or 4 times a week. There you go, Bobby. When I was married, baby, I have to have somebody I'm attracted to. And if you are everybody's libido is different. And then you have work schedule and kids and all that stuff gets in the way. But you have to have time for your spouse. You have to have time in your relationship. A healthy relationship is not just, it's communication, it's love, it's attraction. It is all that. But it's also being active with your partner, date nights, sexual intimacy. All of those things are important to a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage. Because it regardless of whether people want to say it or not, but the hormones and the endorphins released during the act of sexuality will bring you closer with a person. So all these people out here talking about they just having sex with random people, that's fine. But if you're having sex with somebody regular, that's why people eventually catch feelings. Because you cannot deny the chemicalness of the human body and the human brain. Like, we emit pheromones. We emit oxytocin in the brain whenever when we are close in proximity with another person. And so, you can do you can try to deny that all you want to. But the idea that you are with somebody for years and you are not intimate with this person will wreck your relationship. It will. It'll wreck it. So that's just how it is. Let Jonathan's message say, how you gonna time Jonathan out? He talking about being bullied while you be like, we ain't even talking about that. We talking about sex. We talking about something else. But um but yeah, you can't have a relationship and be a healthy relationship without communication and without spending time with your partner and connecting with your partner on an intimate level, I have to say. And I was married. And so, the times when my husband was really sick and that prevented that, barring health, you know, barring health issues, then that's another conversation. But if you're healthy, then there's no reason why, you shouldn't connect. And if you're not connecting with your partner or you can't connect with your partner, then y'all should talk about it. Like, I understand that people gain weight and people become attractive and unattractive to their partners. And then you need to talk about it, baby. You didn't gain some weight. I'm not really attracted to you like I used to be no more. I understand, we didn't got older and there's more cushion for the pushing. But sometimes, you have to tell your partner, like, look, baby, we need to go, we need to go work out. We need to go do some things together, connect with your partner. But, you're not going to know. But I would have to say, not trying to sound sexist, men like sex, ladies. So if you got a man convincing you he don't, he probably on the down low. I see it every day. Every day around me, these websites, these dating apps I go through, these Reddit groups, I see it all the time. Men like sex, ladies. They like it and they want it. And so y'all can deny it how you want to, but men like sex. And so, don't have these men up here convincing you that they don't like sex. They do. But yes, so that's my thoughts about people being on the down low. I got to go pick up my son's shoes and then go pick up my groceries. But yeah, that's all I had to come in and say, how to prevent from you being a victim and being taken advantage of, and just, me telling stories about the things that I know about men. I have two kids. I have two young kids. My kids are under the age of 14 and under. I have a 10-year-old and a 14. Well, he's about to be 14. I have small kids. Oh, we talking about GSP. GSP got a kid too. GSP, we got some grown kids. She got a grown ass kid, an older one. But yeah, people just have to don't become a victim. Don't give your life and the power in a relationship over to a man. Don't do it. You are in this relationship too. It's not all about him and pleasing him and what he wants and keeping him and entertaining him and making sure that he's straight. I see women do this all the time, and I've done it. I have done it. I've given my power over to a man. He has to decide whether he wants to be in a relationship with me. And then I have to give up the sex because that's what I'm expected to do. I learned the hard way to not give over my power. What do I want? What do I want to do? Do I want to be in a relationship? Do I not? What do I want to do? When do I want to have sex? Not some arbitrary rule of 3 dates, or you're expected to do it now, or he's telling you, okay, now's the time. You don't get to decide when it's time for me to do whatever in a relationship. We have to come together and discuss it and talk about it. We're going to have a discussion about it first. How do you see this relationship going? Where do you see it going? What kind of sex do you like? What kind of things do you like? It's not all about him, ladies. It's you too. You are in this relationship too. This is your life. There's too many STDs going around here, ladies. Besides just age, there's gonorrhea, syphilis. The rates are high, especially amongst Black people. Sexually transmitted diseases are all-time high with African Americans. So there's too many people running around and hooking up. We in a hookup culture. There's too many people running around doing all kinds of things. So you have to be in control of your own body and not just emotionally, but mentally and physically, of what you like and what you don't like. And stop letting other people control the narrative and telling you when it's time for y'all to have sex, when it's time for y'all to be in a relationship, how long we're going to be in a relationship. Well, it's okay to say I love you. I'm wait till he do it. I'm gonna wait till he do it. I'm gonna wait till he do it first. Don't do that. Don't wait till he does everything. You have a say-so in your own life choices. You don't want to be a victim to being cheated on regardless. And don't trust these hoes out here. Don't trust these men out here. Look, keep your eyes open, your ears open, and be like, you know what? You said this, but that don't really match up. And put two and two things together. Bobby said he always wanted kids, but when it come time, she couldn't have children. I was fine with it, but she faded apart. She fell apart. I got told my video, I was told that I couldn't have children, but I have two, but because of health reasons. But yeah, but I just tell people, stop giving your power over to a man and stop having it be his decision about whether even y'all in a relationship or not. Don't be sitting up there asking a man like, are we together? What are we? Don't give that man that power. Say, hey, yo, look at here. I want to be in a relationship, or do you want to be in a relationship? Yes or no? If he like, well, no, I don't really know. I'm not quite. Okay, bye. Learn to walk away, lady. There's nothing we need to learn. Ladies, we need to learn to walk away. Especially with somebody you ain't been with for very long. You with somebody 4, 5, 6 months. These women be holding on these men for dear life, like they've been in like they've been in 10-year relationships. It'd be 6 months. Well, I've been with him 6 months. Sis, 6 months is nothing. So what? I know you're attached to him. I know you're used to him being around. But sometimes you gotta walk away. When 2 and 2 ain't equaling 4, bitch, walk away. Walk away. When he start treating you a certain way or he looking at men and you notice things ain't, girl, we have to learn to walk away. But when women just want to I don't know. We've been together for 6 months and I really like him. And girl, that's attachment. It's not really love. It's attachment. Do you really know this person? It's attachment. People want companions and they don't want to be alone. And people hold on to relationships longer than they should because of that fear. So don't hold on to people that you've been with and it ain't been that long. A year is not that long. 6 months is not that long. Just because you're with somebody 3, 4 months don't mean y'all gonna get married and have babies. The odds of that happening is very low. So when you see something, address it. If he doesn't want to answer the questions or he gets offended by it, I'd walk away. I wish I knew all this 25 years ago too. I gave all my power over to every dude I've ever dated. I gave all my mental power, my energy, my sexual energy over to everybody, every man I ever been with, except for now. Now I learned. I learned this 5 years ago. Because society teaches us as women that we hold the nookie and the man holds the man controls the relationship. He guides the relationship, ladies. It's 2024. Stop that. They don't. Stop that. Stop that. I know women still believe that. Especially older ones myself. Stop that. Tell a person what you want and what you're willing to put up with and not put up with. And stand in your truth and stand firmly. This is what I want. I want a relationship. I want to be respected. I want to be loved. I want to be cared for. And then if you're not getting that, walk away. Learn to walk, run. Some of y'all bitches better run away because y'all done got with somebody that ain't shit. So I learned to run away. Same thing with my ex that I went out with last night and had a wonderful date night. We had to get some things straight today. Like, what we're not going to do is this, and we're not going to do that. This is what I want. Bye, Bobby. Thank you, boo. GSP says she was overly loyal. Me too. I was loyal to a fault, to my own detriment. And like I said, this time with the ex, I told him, well, what are we not going to do? We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this and this and this and this. Why are we dating? What is happening? I'm not going to leave it up to you to decide what we're doing. We've seen each other a few times now. This is what I expect. Have a good day, Bobby. No, this is what I expect out of this. I'm not just going to keep dating you and just waiting for you to finally be like, oh, Kiki, we're in a relationship now. I'm not doing that. I'm like, what are we doing? What would you like to do? Why are we dating? Why are we seeing each other? Where is this going? And if he don't know, or I don't know yet, or okay, I can't deal with the unknown. Yeah, we gonna get it straight today. But yeah, I went out with my ex last night. This is like the 3rd date we've had. And, today I just, I have to ask him, where is this going? What are we doing? Because I'm not giving over my mind and my body and my heart again to have it broken all over again. I'm not going through that. To be disappointed and let down all over again. This is not us getting back together and everything just continuing the way it was. No, we need to have a conversation. Because I'm not setting myself up for failure and getting hurt. Because I can either just continue to be single or still out there, go find somebody else to be for. Look like you got laid. You know what? On that note, y'all, I would say good evening. I would say good evening to Bobby, GSP. Thank you all the other people be here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. I'm finna go pick up my son's shoes and go get my groceries from Walmart. I'm not answering that question. I'm not answering that question. I don't even know how to even approach that. But anyway, y'all have a good day. And I gotta try to go walk around. It's a nice day in Texas. It's a beautiful, lovely day out today. Y'all have a good evening and thank y'all. I do look really good today. That's because probably because I straightened my hair. I have no makeup on. I'm wearing sweats, y'all. I don't I just maybe because I flat iron my hair, but I look like crazy today. My hair is all like I slept in this hair. Anyway, I'm glowing today. Oh my God, y'all. I'm sweating. It's hot. Look, it's hot in this car. It's like 60, 70 degrees here in Texas. And I am sweating. So I don't know if I'm glowing, but I'm sweating. And I don't sweat a lot, but I do get a little moist. But okay, I'm just gonna go with it, y'all. I appreciate it though. But y'all have a nice day. Bye.